I can see the whole of time and space, every single atom of your existence, and I divide them.
Welcome everyone, this is Master's Joke, also Master's Joke 75 on Instagram. So I don't expect anyone to watch this. This is the unboxing of History of the Daleks Set 19 from Parting of the Ways. It's been out for ages and I only found it last week in B&M when literally I popped in. I needed light bulbs for the kitchen because obviously I do my filming in the kitchen. Because my son's a gamer and he's too loud, so I can no longer do videos in the toy room, which is why you never see my Star Wars Episode 1 figures in the kind of background. So yeah, I popped in there. I had popped in because I must admit I was excited when these were due to be released. We all kind of had an idea when they were going to be released, just before Christmas. But then when we were officially told. I popped in B&M about 3 times, both at Letchworth and St Evenage, nothing. People up north were getting the figures straight away, so I'm thinking, oh, it's got to be any day now. So I kind of lost the kind of buzz for this latest wave, and then kind of started in my head, well, I'm not really interested in Friends and Foes because it doesn't really appeal to me, but the Cybermen I thought looked great, even though the Cyber Leader, that particular Cyber Leader, has never even appeared in Doctor Who. And then I just gave up. I think I popped in B&M once since Christmas, nothing. And yeah, I literally popped in. I had to get light bulbs, and they had all the sets. Well, I say they had all the sets. They had loads of, I mean, you might have seen it on my video. They had loads of Resurrection of Daleks, no Davros. But my local in Letchworth has always been really good at restocking. So even though Davros got sold out, it did make a comeback. But yeah, so they only had 2 of these Dalek sets, no Claw Daleks. I have seen images of the Claw Dalek, and it does look to be the same. The whole thing seems to be the same mould from the original Dalek release back. Was it back in the noughties? I was trying to think of what the official word was. It was an assault Dalek, weren't it? So I wasn't that fussed, but I do like. It's really weird, but I am actually nostalgic for this set. So memories have come back. I really liked Christopher Eccleston as the Doctor. I do want to pick up the Claw Dalek, so I'll look out for it. If I don't find it, I don't find it. I'm not going to pay silly money, but I think $21.99 is a reasonable price. But looking at this set, because it is from Christopher Eccleston's story, Parting of the Ways, yeah, loads of memories have come back, which I find really weird for such a new toy. So I remember the buzz when Doctor Who was coming back and they were filming. So we're looking at like 2004, and one memory that stands out for me is being it was like August. I think it was like the last week of August 2004, and I was in Butlins Minehead with a family. I was there for a week. Honestly, it was such a beautiful place. Butlins is hit and miss, but Minehead has never let me down. And I remember, you get the paper and stuff, and I remember there was images of the filming. It would have been Eccleston's first episode, because you could see the what was the first episode? The first episode was called Rose, because you could see the Millennium Wheel. Is it called no? It's called the London Eye now, but I still call it the Millennium Wheel, and I've been on it, and you could see it in the background. But it was like it was a photograph from one of the paps, and yeah, I remember the buzz. I was like, this is brilliant. You saw him in his leather jacket. So these memories have come back, and yeah, it was fantastic having Doctor Who back. And I even it's just weird, the memories that do come flooding back. I remember I was going to Florida. This was in 2003, September 2003, and I was, yeah, my older brother, because it was it was the three of us, me and my two brothers. My older brother was coming down because he lived in the Midlands. He was coming down and he was going to stay the night in my flat, and then we were going to meet up with my younger brother and go up to Gatwick. So I remember it was the night. Was it? It was either. I was getting ready. I was in the bathroom. And I always listen to the radio in the bathroom, and then I heard, it must have been on Talk Sport, but it's not Talk. It wasn't Talk Sport back then. I think it was Talk Radio, and they revealed. Literally, I think it was the day before I went to Florida, so it would have been September 2003, Doctor Who is coming back. Doctor Who is coming back. And I couldn't believe it. So yeah, surprisingly, there's a lot of nostalgia with this Parting of the Ways set. And even the, Butlins was with an ex-girlfriend. And then the remote control, obviously the Black Dalek, the Emperor's Guard, reminds me of the battery operated remote control Dalek toy, which I've got one here, and my other ex-girlfriend, because this would have been like 2005, so this is a different girl. Oh yeah, it's the year later. Yeah, different girlfriend than I went to Butlins with, and for Christmas. She got me a set of these from Marks and Spencer. So I think she got me the was it the Cyberman one? It was the Cyberman one, and then there was a Rose Tyler one, which I think I bought myself. So I've got a couple of sets of these, but yeah, it's just weird. So all these memories have come flooding back. A lot of ex-girlfriends on the Masters Joke show in the last few weeks mentioned. So. Hopefully the wife doesn't watch, but yeah. So I am quite excited. I'm quite excited for this set. It's bizarre because I did mention that I'm getting a big buzz, a big nostalgia overload buzz from buying the old Star Wars toys and Masters of the Universe. But I really am having nostalgia from this brand new, one of the latest Doctor Who. Dalek releases. So I'm going to get it open. I'm not going to be keeping the box. I know some people do. It's such a beautiful box, though. It's such a beautiful box. I love the orange. Again, that's nostalgia from the noughties when Doctor Who was back. That orange. And I used to love that. I mean, I love this logo, but I used to love that new oval 2005 logo. I thought it was great. And that's when because the thing is, right, I've made no secret. I've tried watching the new series. I do like Shooty. I do like Ruby. I don't bother reading the news about it. I've got my latest edition of Doctor Who magazine. I read the classic stuff, but I'm just not interested in the new stuff because I just think I honestly think the new Doctor Who, it's just not for me. It's just boring. Yeah, do a Dalek or Cyberman story. I'll probably watch it, but. I've just got no excitement for the what's it called, Series 2 of Shooty's Doctor Who, and then they've revealed the new writers and stuff, and it's like whatever. But anyway, let's get back to this. So yes, there's a load of information on there about Parting of the Ways, and it was a great story. I remember it so well. It was just brilliant, so well written. And such a great cast as well. So let's get this open because I really do. I love. Oh, and there's my my River Song set over there, which I'll be opening as well at some point. Probably less people will watch that video than this one, but I do like these boxes. It's just a shame that you can't really see the figure. I mean, I know you can kind of like adjust, the way you look at it, but it's such a shame that Dalek is covered by the logo, But I like it. I do like the box. And I know some people have said that they get stressed out by the way I open up like my Star Wars figures, because I open them like it's Christmas 1985. But I just don't see the point in keeping a box where you're having to rip the actual plastic kind of cover off. So that's a shame, but so I will get rid of that. So let's have a look at these then. Right, so we've got the so this was the one that I was really, because obviously I haven't got the claw, but this was the Dalek that I was really interested in. So this is it's the Emperor's Guard Dalek, and honestly I think it looks great. I did notice that that the actual plunger is a little bit bent, only slightly, but I can sort that out in the in some boiling hot water. But it's so nice to have a different variant of the actual Dalek. I think it looks wonderful, really, really nice. And there's there's the original from it would have been 2000. Was it like Christmas 2005? Yeah, and obviously the new version is like a million times better, as well as the paint applications, because I love how shiny it looks. But honestly, it does look really, really nice. I like that there's no scuffing at the bottom, because that seems to be a kind of an ongoing theme with character options. I don't mind the scuffing, because it does change them a bit, but there's no scuffing at all. Probably because this Dalek, the only time it was ever seen in Doctor Who, it was kind of flying, wasn't it, above the Emperor, the god of all Daleks. But yeah, I think that's great. I'm really pleased with that. I'm so glad I was able to pick it up. I still don't understand why they didn't put the claw on the black Dalek. But then I suppose the claw was on a gold Dalek when it was because it was like used as a blowtorch, wasn't it, to kind of cut the door down to get to Linda, and then it was a Dalek outside the actual space station that kind of killed her through the glass. But yeah, well happy with that. And then this is the again the plunger is a little bit bent, but I'll sort that out. And that is that's a nice looking gold on there. I've got to be honest, that is quite nice. Is the other recent releases from Character B&M releases, so just yeah, they all look slightly. I think I prefer this one. I like the gold. I like the gold of this one. I think that's a lovely finish. But yeah, I mean, I love it. I really do love it. The scuffing's maybe a little bit over the top, but it makes it different than the other releases. So I've got no problem with that. It makes it a little bit different. I'm just looking at his name. Yeah, just making sure that they've all got different names on there. Yeah, so they've all got different. Is that the... I've got to be honest. It looks like he's got exactly the same name as this Dalek here. They've got the same names underneath. Obviously, I can't read Dalek, but that's what it looks like. But it's a decent figure. So yeah, well happy with it. It's a lovely finish. I've got to give it. It is what it is. I've got to give it 10 out of 10, and that includes 10 out of 10 for the nostalgia as well. And the packaging looks great. I love the orange for Christopher Eccleston's time. Wish he'd stayed longer. And you know what? I'm so glad I picked this set up, but I do want to get, because there's not a lot. There's not a lot. I mean, character. They're trying to do this history of the Daleks. And then they messed up the numbering. We all know they messed up the numbering because of, was it like Resurrection? They kind of missed out. Then they redid it. So I'm happy, but at least now they've messed up the numbering. They can go back. They can release other classic Doctor Who Daleks. But what they really need to do, if they're going to continue this line, is they need to do like a Cyberman 3-pack, a Cyberman Classic 3-pack. They're not, I mean, for the B&M range, they're not gonna do. Well, I say they're not. I mean, they did the Richard Herndl Doctor. That was a new face sculpt. I can't see them doing like the Peter Capaldi, Matt Smith. You know, the later Cybermen. But it would be good, because obviously they did that in the 3.75 style, but and Danny Pink. But yeah, they just never did the bigger version. So that'd be nice. I can't really see it, but they should do a Cyberman 3-pack. I think that would sell like hotcakes. But at least they can go back to the classic series if they want to, which is an easy one for them. But moving forward, it's got to be the red Supreme Dalek that they've got to release. And I never had that. I had that. I've got that in the the remote control version, but I never had that because I'd kind of stopped buying Doctor Who figures back then. But yeah, really, really happy. I think it looks great, and definitely I want to look out for the claw one. I'm not gonna like do a toy hunt to look for it. I'll probably pop into St Evenage. I've been so busy. That's another thing. I've been so busy at work. But I'll probably check out St Evenage and maybe any B&M's. You know, if I'm in the area. But I'm not going to seriously go looking for it. But I would like to get the clawed version, because I've got no issue with this. You can never have too many Daleks, and I just love my Daleks. I'd forgotten. Do you know what? It's taken this set for me to just for me to remember just how good that this design is. This new version for the noughties, for the new series, and they've kind of kept it. The Teletubby Daleks, I love them as well. I think they're great, and I would have liked to have seen more of them. I love the idea of the bright colours, and I'd love a B&M set of them. I'd stopped buying Doctor Who figures when they came out. I had a lot of stuff on at that time, but I've got one or two. I've got the blue one, and I've got the Asylum of the Daleks set. So I have got two of the Teletubby Daleks. And I keep meaning to buy a whole set of them, but I just don't get around to it. But I should look out. I should look out for them when I go to a toy fair. I must add one of those Daleks on my list for my next toy fair. But that's the end of the video, really. I'm really happy. As I said, 10 out of 10. They've done a good job. Really glad I picked it up. Disappointed by how long it took to reach the shops. Just ridiculous, really. I mean, people were getting it before Christmas. So you're looking like 20th of December, and it's taken me like a month later. It's ridiculous, and I think that's one of the things. It's lovely when you go for a toy hunt, or when you're not toy hunting, because you're not allowed to toy hunt anymore, because So, you know, some people have got their ideas about toy hunting and the kinds of people who do it and why they do it. But I don't know what to say on that. But when you go toy hunting and you find the sets, it's such a great feeling, you know, when you've actually gone out looking for them. But it's one of those things with B&M. The distribution is just awful. And I just wish that they would do something to improve it. Like, you know, get Forbidden Planet involved. I'd rather order these online than just mess about going to just going to random B&Ms, and then you go to the B&M and you don't find the Daleks, and then you're kind of stuck because there's never enough people on the till, so there's a massive queue, and then you've got to try and get through the till buying nothing, and it's just so awkward, so ridiculous. That's probably why I just couldn't be bothered this time. After trying to find it before Christmas, I just gave up. But yeah, I'm glad I found these two sets. But obviously, I've missed out on the Claw Daleks. They'd probably been out they'd probably been in store maybe a week before I got there. But really happy. But I'll keep my eye open. I'll keep my eye open for the Claw version, and we'll go from there. But that is the end of the video. I'll be opening up the Friends and the Foe 10th Doctor set. I still don't understand why it's called the 10th Doctor set. Just a bit ridiculous, considering that only one of the characters is from the 10th. Well, when I say character, I mean the River Song. That version of River Song isn't from the 10th Doctor era. Only the Clockwork Droid. So it's all a bit strange. But yeah, that is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. It lets me know you care. It also helps the channel. Highly recommended this 2-pack. And yeah, I definitely want to get the Claw, and I want to get another one of those black Daleks. And if I can't get a Claw one, I might just pick up a second standard release. And don't forget, there's loads of Resurrection of the Daleks, which again is my favourite. I think I've got one set. I think I've got obviously the 2 sets that I've opened, and I think I've got 2 sets that I've kind of put away. So brilliant, absolutely brilliant set. So I'm sure that these, once the scalpers have had their way with the Claw, you know, the clawed version, I'm sure there's loads of these sitting somewhere. So I reckon it would be quite easy to pick up. But that is the end of the video, and I'll see you in the next one.